2002 BMW K1200 RS sport touring bike. Big sport touring bike, 1200 cc. This is a inline 4, 130 horsepower, 86 foot-pounds of torque, and it seems like a lot of that torque is available from very low down in the RPM range, because I've been lugging this thing around town in second, third gear, no problem, and then up at higher around town speeds like 60 or so in fifth gear. It's only turning about 3,500 RPM with a what do we got? 9,000 RPM red line. So a lot of good down low torque, a lot of good around town power. It is a heavy bike at 620 pounds or so, fully wet. But it doesn't feel heavy once you get in motion. So it's more like what I'd call a parking lot heavy. So this is a shaft drive bike. Just take a minute to go around and see the features. Brand new Michelin tires on this one. It's all stock as well. Stock pipe, stock tuning, everything. So you can adjust the rear shock here, preload for the spring. I haven't found this thing to be bouncy at all riding by myself. I'm 5'10", 200 pounds. So this engine, this four-cylinder engine, it's not transverse like you would see in a typical sport bike. So I'll give you the top view here. So basically, your four-cylinder engine normally is like this. Normally like this, 1, 2, 3, 4 cylinders. This one is laid flat, so your crankshaft is on this side, your cylinder head's on this side, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4 going along that way. Keeps the center of gravity low, and that's probably why the thing is pretty nimble once you just get it rolling. It doesn't even have to be a real high speed. Once you get it rolling, it moves around pretty good. Could I recommend this bike for someone with a lighter frame? Some women have generally lighter frames than men. I don't know. It depends on your usage of it. If you're going freeway riding, then sure, sport touring, sure. But if you want an around town bike, well, this bike probably wouldn't be on your list anyway. But generally, around town, it might be a little heavy for you. But again, once you get it rolling, not too bad. You got these big anti-lock disc brakes, and they are linked brakes on this bike. I've did a practice emergency stop, and I got a little chirp out of the rear tire, and the thing just hauled down right to my mark. It's the telelever front suspension with a steering stabilizer. And if you don't know how that works, there's basically an A-arm here. Can you see it? An A-arm here like you have on the front suspension of your car. The 2 points go to each side of the frame, and then the ball joint goes to the top of the fork. So basically the insides of the fork tubes, there's no compression, rebound, or damping in there. They just basically hold the wheel in place, and then all the compression, rebound, and damping is done at this shock right here that has a position on the top of the frame and one in the middle of that A-arm. Works pretty good, actually. Bike's smooth, really smooth. And then of course you have the BMW uses the single-sided swing arm back here, which is always a nice look. Even nicer if you get like a aftermarket pipe and tuck it up a little bit. And of course the super reliable shaft drive, doesn't need adjusting or anything like that. Change the fluid once in a while, I guess. For your touring, you got yourself a 5.4 gallon fuel tank. I haven't ridden this bike enough to know the mileage. I've heard it gets around 45 or 50 something. So I guess you get 250 to 300 out of a tank. If you're riding right. We got grip warmers. This windscreen is adjustable. I'm getting a little bit of buffeting, so I might raise it up just a little bit, but overall pretty good. Grip warmers are nice. Has cruise control as well. That's good for your long trips. Go to Yellowstone, something like that. And yeah, overall, this is a full-size sport touring bike. put a couple bags on it, and friend, get another rider going around with you, and man, you can take this thing anywhere. It feels real confident, real stable. You got plenty of power, just a twist of the throttle away. It's a 6-speed bike. I've found, you know, 4th and 5th gear around town has plenty. 2nd gear has plenty around low. You don't really even need 1st gear. You can't lug this thing if you want to. So yeah, BMW K1200 RS Sport Touring Bike. This one's for sale. Just recently serviced. It's only got 13,000 miles on it too. Pretty low mileage example. And new Michelin tires. Ram Air. This bike has Ram Air. Look at that. That was part of the facelift they had back in 2000 for this bike. Anyways, I am rambling a little bit. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.